Order in the court. Hi everyone. Welcome to session. The court is in session, and we're going to be defending guilty or not guilty people in court today as our episode.
It's all serious, all business.
Yeah.
No funny
jokes
things.
here. That's slightly entertaining.
Never.
Today it is just slightly. It is not entertaining.
It's not entertaining. This is serious business right here. We have real people, real situations. We're taking this very seriously.
We are indeed. But of course we have to do the national today first.
Yes.
And it's quite a funny one. I've got a little activity for you. Well, not an activity, but a bit of something you can do. So the only thing today was International Read to Me Day.
Oh, okay. So
I'd like you to read to me this obituary.
Oh, okay.
That was written by a bot.
Oh, a bot wrote this obituary, and I'm losing my mind. Brenda Tent retired from living at the age of old, surrounded by family and natural causes. A librarian from birth. Oh, okay. Brenda, she just came out of the womb like that. You know, books and she came out of the womb like that. Brenda was an avid collector of dust. She mustn't have had allergies then. She had a sweetheart and married her high school. She loved having hobbies and helping her sons to be disadvantaged youths. Is crazy. She had no horses, but thought she did. Fair enough. The church gave her a choir because she sang like a bird and looked like a bird, and Brenda was a bird. She owed us so many poems. The funeral will be held in 1977 at Heaven. In lieu of flowers, send Brenda more life. And someone was like, see you in 1977, and someone commented, it is literally impossible to pick a favourite line from this because the entire thing is gold. That's hilarious. What even is that?
I don't know. I saw it on Instagram.
That can't be serious, these things. Like, are you actually saying that that's actually someone's thing that they wrote?
A bot obviously wrote it.
Yeah, but like, did they take it and use it?
Obviously. Well, I hope not.
Oh,
although,
God.
if someone read that at my funeral, I wouldn't be mad.
I actually would just keep it, honestly. I feel like it lives up to my reputation having this
if you're at my
thing.
funeral, please can you
do a
version?
Remember, my funeral's the one that has to be hosted, Carmen.
I also got ChatGPT to make me something to read to you.
Oh, okay.
I thought it was kind of funny.
A bot, so seeing if it would like do the same sort
to
of
see if
thing.
it would be the same.
Okay.
Ready? I went to the store yestermorn because bread is needed for toastings. The sky was regular blue until it went all fimble snoot, wiggly like a spaghetti storm.
Oh.
A man with a hat, or maybe a hat with a man,
wobbled
up and said, "Greeble your snuffle before the moon gets hiccups."
Oh.
Naturally, I agreed.
I see.
The road turned to jelly beans, but only on Tuesdays, and my shoe started humming a song about quantum pickles.
Oh.
Bawful? Asked a nearby lamppost. Not yet, I responded. The cheese hasn't voted. The lamppost nodded. Solomon's a frog in a tuxedo.
Oh, okay.
Then everything was purple and upside down, except for the parts that weren't. And that's when I knew the spoon had won.
Fair enough.
Yep.
Well said, ChatGPT.
So, International Read to Me Day, duly
Interesting.
celebrated. And now we'll move on to read each other some more exciting things in the form.
No, not exciting. Very serious.
Some more serious things in the form of a court case. Whoosh. Hello, judge, jury, and audience. Today we are discussing the very serious case.
I don't know
What is that?
I'm just being a judge.
Sorry. The very serious case, Legally Broke, the Anna Paul story.
I must ask, are there any conflicting, do you have any personal bias for this? Is there any, do you have any personal relations with any of the clients you are representing today?
We don't talk about that.
Okay.
No, I don't. I did want to say a presenter's note. This is not hate. I watched Anna Paul's video, and while I didn't agree with all the points of view that she may have presented, I did see one thing I agreed with was that we should not spread hate. We should spread kindness. So this is all in good fun for Miss Anna. Here to the court. And obviously there's more to the story that we don't know. This is just me taking.
I have no idea about this story. I've heard it floating around, but I have no idea.
We're about to find out today.
Yeah.
And at the end of Anna's video, she was talking about putting some helplines for people who might feel broke. So we'll put this in the description just in case. It might help someone out.
Is that where that sound is like, I feel broke?
We'll get to that.
Is that from
We'll
her?
get to that.
Okay, I see. Okay.
We'll get to that in my case.
I see.
So,
yes.
Let me begin.
You may now start.
The agenda for today. We have an overview. We have our plea. We have points 1, points 2, points 3, questions, and the closing statement. So the case.
Mm.
There are two main components that I've discovered in this case. Sweaty and broke.
It's getting a little too personal, this case. I feel like I need to swap out for another judge because I'm feeling a little bit attacked.
No, it's
Like
good. You've got a first case.
Okay.
You know.
I'll bring in my expertise.
Exactly. So basically what happened is Anna Paul has had claims against her that she had called fans sweaty, and that she said she was broke when she apparently wasn't. Maybe wasn't. Yes.
Is it sweaty as in like literal physical like wet sweat, or sweaty as in like they're like nerd sweats?
Nerd sweats.
Yeah, you know when you like sweats.
Oh. No,
like sweaty as in
you
like
can see
wet.
with the visual
I
aid,
don't know.
there's
Thought
a
it's like a
very clear
metaphor.
patch of sweat.
I don't know. It could be a metaphor. Okay, continue.
Anyways, I'll get to that as I go through my, what's it called? My plea, my case. So we plead not guilty to calling. We plead not guilty, or guilty, but not guilty at the same time.
Incoherent.
So point
argument.
1. Quote from the perpetrator. I do not lie about the fact that I grew up broke. When I say I grew up broke, that's my experience. That's how I felt.
This is your client?
This is my client. But we must ask ourselves, what is a feeling? A feeling is an emotional state or reaction, an idea or belief, especially a vague or irrational one. And as you can see here, my client obviously by vague and irrational meant real and rational. Another quote from my client. When we can't afford school uniforms, it makes me feel broke. When I'm 11, when I'm 10, and all my friends can afford something and my parents can't, it makes me feel broke. Feel broke.
I see.
You see where this comes from?
I have indeed heard this one.
POV, 11-year-old Anna. An 11-year-old's mind isn't fully developed, therefore, she can feel broke. And maybe she isn't broke. But we shouldn't judge her. What her prepubescent mind perceives as reality. Next quote. That does not mean I was the most broke person on earth. There are definitely people in way worse situations than me. But that does not mean that I'm lying about the fact that I felt broke during those times. And I say, didn't we all at some times feel broke? Let me ask you a question. Do plants have feelings?
I believe so.
Some would say yes. For example, vegans.
Oh, I'm not a vegan. I'd like to clear that up.
Many influencers are vegans. Anna Paul is an influencer. According to the Constitution, legally defines her as a plant. So her feelings are valid. And with that logical line of reasoning, we move on to point 2. Which is talking about the second claims. I do not call my fans fat. That is not who I am. That is not what I stand for. That's not what I ever stood for. Anna Paul promotes healthy recipes, like Turkish pasta. As you can see here, it is delicious. 10 out of 10 chefs recommend it. For example, Gordon Ramsay, Salt Bae, and Donut Daddy.
Do you have any of these witnesses that you can call up?
Right here.
To present?
This is the proof.
Yeah, but do you have any of their statements, personal statements, any evidence that you can bring forth to the jury?
I've just presented.
No, but their statements, their words.
Of course. Can't you hear through the screen? Don't you feel the statements? I feel the statements.
No evidence.
I feel the statements.
Please move on.
So therefore they're there.
Please move on.
And even if she did call her fans fat, Anna felt like she didn't. She doesn't stand for that. And if we started all standing up more, I'm sure there'd be a lot less fat shaming in society. Second quote from the defendant. No, the prosecutor. Client.
Your client.
Sweaty, however, she went on. I may have called her sweaty, because when somebody is wet and they touch you and they leave, and when you're with your best friend and you are now wet because of them, you may say to your friend, I am now wet. I also know people would have hugged me, walked away and said, Anna Paul was sweaty. That does not make them a bad person.
Real.
Is being sweaty a crime?
No, I don't think so.
Sweat is normal. Shame on society for making it one.
Facts.
Point 3. When you think of internet beef, who pops into your mind?
I'm not allowed to contribute. I'm a judge. I'm not allowed to
You've been contributing enough, so
no,
I'm sure you
I'm not allowed to give in my opinion. Proceed, please.
Wrong. Drake. As you can see here, Drake supports Anna Paul with his shirt that said, "It made me feel broke," showing he stands with her. He sympathizes with her from the brokenness he felt having to dumpster dive while he was trying to salvage what was left of his career. Question time.
Oh, do you have any statements from these witnesses and these other clientele and personnel that you have brought in to your statement?
I believe I provided you with all statements that clear my client. Everything necessary has been or will be said.
Okay. Audience, jury, any
questions?
Got a shy room today. That's all right. Nope.
Tough crowd.
It's all right. Proceed.
Well then, as a closing statement, I never said Anna Paul is legally not guilty. I merely feel like she isn't guilty. So therefore she isn't.
Fair enough.
What's the judge's ruling?
I need to confer with my client.
I
mean, with my yeah.
I mean, I'm not too nervous because pretty clear case I presented.
Okay, I've made my decision. By the ruling of the Keisha Court, I pronounce your client not guilty.
Yes, I think.
We can
that's
all
what I was
go.
going for.
Woo. Yay.
Hooray.
Thank you, everyone, for participating in today's proceedings.
Yes.
If you'd like a free snack, there's a complimentary minivan outside.
Oh, nice. With Turkish pasta?
Yes.
I wouldn't have it. Don't want to be called fat. But enough about Anna's beef. If you want more of that, you can check out her OnlyFans.
Hello, everybody. I'm here to present my case. Well, hello. How are you today, actually?
I am well.
You doing all right? Yeah?
I'm good. Yeah.
You getting off with the, yeah? No? Yeah, okay. Okay. Today, hello, everybody, jury, audience members. Nice to see you all here. Today, I will be representing my client, Miss Danielle Brigoli, also known as the street as Bhad Bhabie. My client. Isn't
nice
she
of you to
wonderful?
bring in the mugshot.
That's actually okay. Basically, why I am here today is because my client. Let me give you the dates. Okay, my client has accused this woman right here, Miss Alabama, however you say her name, Barker, daughter of famous drummer
Arkansas.
Travis Barker, of participating in physical relations with her then boyfriend.
Ooh.
Exactly. Then Miss Barker, okay, has tried to deny such claims and then has stupidly tried to accuse my client of being insane.
Wow.
Running her mouth, okay? So today, I'm fighting here for my client to have the right support and compensation for such preposterous acts, okay? And I'm also fighting for the fact that my client has won this feud. Okay? And I will present my 3 arguments for that today. Okay. Number 1, I don't know if you are all aware of this. My client has suffered a great deal of emotional trauma that is currently affecting her mental state and her ability and will to live, basically. Okay? So, not only this whole situation has made her suffer, because imagine that. Imagine you had a boy. Judge, do you have a relationship?
Unless you count the avocado, no.
Imagine if you found out that the avocado went to a different court. Right? Keep that pain.
Dare he.
Remember that pain. Now, on top of that, my client has suffered a great deal of emotional stress piled up on her. Okay? Number 1, if finding out your boyfriend was cheating wasn't enough, what about finding out you have cancer?
Oh.
My client, unfortunately, has cancer, which is a very serious condition, as we all know.
What type of cancer?
The fatal kind. Basically, her mental status has just been. I've spoken with her multiple
Was it
times,
brain
and
cancer?
it's not. Oh no, just like in general, like her like mental state she's just been struggling because like imagine finding out you have cancer. Okay, this poor girl, she's only 21 years old, and she's just found out she has cancer, and everybody knows about it. It's absurd. It's absurd.
Mhm.
Okay. Not only that, but she's also grown up with a great deal of trauma. Like very few kids go through what she has gone through. All her family and her parents' drama. And she went on Dr. Phil to try and console, but like I feel like most people know it was a very public case.
Well, I mean, it would be very hard for your client considering the insult her parents used when she was young turned into her name. When she did something naughty and they go, "Bhad Bhabie."
That's actually not the history of the name. And yeah, unfortunately, all this drama has been made public, so there's no privacy for her, which is why I'm here to beg for her some compensation for this because it's a basic human need, privacy. As you would agree, Judge? Yes? Okay.
I'm impartial.
Which brings me to my next point. After all of this, after enduring all the things that she has from such a young age up until now, I believe that my client has become a very mature young lady. There are not many people like her out there, and that makes her like we need to fight for her basically because she cannot just be going through this alone. Okay? My client has had to develop into a mature lady from a very young age, going through all that she
Hence
has.
the name Bhad Bhabie.
Yes, and when she was just 15, she was able to create one of the world's most influential pieces of music ever known to humankind. And Judge, may I present the evidence to you?
You may. This is a court. That's what we do.
As you can see, her lyrics just speak the volumes of pain that she goes through. And this is why we need to recognize her pain because no one has yet. And it's suffering. She's a grown adult now. She's had to build a living for herself by herself up until now. We're going to help her. Right, Judge? We're going to help her. That's what I thought. Which leads me to my next point. As I said before, I'm fighting for my client to win this feud because despite everything that she's been through, with all that she has learned, she has become one of the most successful women that planet Earth has ever seen, right? She's a hard worker with a reliable job, as some would say. She has worked her way up, earning decent sums of money, but you may think, she should be fine with that. No, we're asking for more because you do not know the great deal that she's been through, all right? World-renowned artist. She's got over 4.5 million monthly listeners. Did you know that, Judge? 4.5 million monthly listeners. How many do you get? Like 30. Exactly. Over the course of this feud that's been going around, right? She's been releasing multiple diss tracks, as the kids call it, right? Which have charted. They've spread globally. She has truly changed the world with her music and has left an impact on the people. We cannot lose her on this planet. We cannot lose her to some blondie, okay? We need to fight for her. Therefore, I believe that these alleged accusations against my client from Miss Alabama Baker or whoever, and this whole drama can be put to rest, all right? I'm fighting for my client. I know it's her side. She deserves everything she deserves the praise. She deserves the compensation, all right? And so to sum up, my client's innocent of any wrongdoing, right? She's simply a hurt, traumatized young woman being one of the most successful and mature in the world. This feud must be put to a stop because it is clear that my client has won. And if anybody thinks otherwise, you can catch me outside. How about that? Thank you.
I don't know if you get clapped in.
Any questions?
I have a couple of questions.
Yes.
You mentioned some accusations.
Yes.
What were these accusations?
That she's... I can't say all the words on this current program, but she's basically a liar and a not so proper woman and I can't quite say it, but you can imagine.
Can you charade it?
No, I will not do that. This is a professional setting. She was told that she was lying and she was just making stuff up and she was just caught. No.
Wait, so Miss Baby, is that her government name?
Danielle.
Was she the one who did the naughty with?
No.
Someone else did it.
Yes, Miss Alabama Baker.
So what are the accusations against Danielle?
That's exactly what I'm saying. How dumb is that? Her boyfriend is alleged like cheating on her, right? With this other girl, and then this other girl is trying to come back at her and saying, you're lying, beep, and like, you know, when she'll get beep, and then all you're gonna do that beep, you know what I mean? Exactly. And which is utterly ridiculous given everything that she's been through. Could you imagine such a lady doing that?
I could not.
No.
I have one more follow-up question.
Yes.
Is you mentioned Danielle's hard-earning line of work. Would you be able to describe that a bit more?
It's kind of like a private. I signed an NDA for this. You know, it's like a private matter. I can't quite discuss it in such great detail because it does involve a lot of privacy.
So it's like a private establishment.
Yes, private. She what do you call it? Like she works by herself, self-earning.
She
self-made.
She helps people.
In a way, yes.
Yeah,
it's a service. Yes,
a service. So she serves others
for the people. Yes, she serves the people. She serves the people.
That's so noble.
So, can you see my judge? I really hope you take this into consideration and that you provide. We're just asking for a sum of money. I will confer with my client what that is. Right. I want all whatever nonsensical charges and accusations dropped and dismissed at this moment, and I want this feud to be cleared. And also for her to be as the winner of this feud as well.
And her official diss track to be nominated for an award.
That's just a sigh if you'd like to do that. That would be really kind. Thank you, actually. I'm sure she'd appreciate that.
Well, I'll have to confer with the jury and we'll come to a decision. Whoosh. So, I've conferred with the jury. And I think that in the biggest fight since Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson, you've come out guilty.
Oh, wait. Hang on, Judge. Wait, please. I beg you, Judge. Why? Look at my client. Look at her in the eye and tell me how is she guilty? How is she guilty? Look at my client in the eye. How is she guilty? How can you say this young woman, this lassie, is guilty?
Because
may I present to you these points?
Because I will take them actually, and you know what I'll do with them? This is what I think of you, bad baby. Go put your diaper back on. Go run home to mummy and daddy.
I'm gonna lose my job.
And don't ever come back to this court again. You may play your outro music. Okay, well, we hope you enjoyed that. And on a slightly less serious note, I have 3 real or fake court cases.
Okay.
Well, 2 real. No, I'm just gonna say they're real or fake.
Okay.
Well, I kind of just spoiled it, didn't I? 2 real, 1
I
fake.
actually can't even remember what you said. I'm not gonna lie. So
okay. They could either be real or fake. I want you to guess if they're real.
If they're real or fake. Okay.
Okay. I'll read them all out, and then you can decide.
Okay.
Okay. First one.
Yes.
Animal organization sued a photographer for a selfie taken by a monkey, saying it should have copyright protection.
Wait. Say that again.
An animal organization sued a photographer for a selfie taken by a monkey, saying it should have copyright protection.
As in the monkey took the selfie?
Yes.
Oh. Go on, lad.
Second one.
Okay.
An athlete sued the stadium because the crowd cheered too loud during an important moment in his career.
Oh, I can see that happening.
And last one. A man got whiplash from looking at boobs.
That definitely happened. That has to be true. I'm going to say...
Feel free to ask questions about each case if you want.
Okay, so
yeah, 2 real, 1 fake.
What were the logistics of the last one?
Of the athlete suing the stadium?
No, the last one, the whiplash.
Oh, sorry. That's just the last one I've got written down. So, he was at an establishment where, you know,
you might
breasts
come across
may be prevalent.
Yes.
Might have been a restaurant, might have been chicken breasts, might have been human breasts. It doesn't actually say.
Yeah.
And yeah, he was just so gobsmacked by the displays in his
That he got
vicinity that he
whiplash.
just.
Wait,
Could be
so what was the
whiplash.
case? Like, what did the case involve?
The case involved a man was at a place and
Yeah, but like, why did they go to court?
he injured himself.
Oh, so he wanted like,
He was
He
in a
wanted to sue
dangerous
them?
he was in a dangerous life-threatening situation.
what is it? Like injury in the workplace? Oh, maybe it's not his workplace, but like,
In the presence of women, he just was so
yeah, like he
intimidated.
wanted something for the injury because
Yeah.
it's not his fault.
Yeah, exactly.
But it also kind of is your fault
How could it be his fault?
because
he
like,
merely reacted to a stimulus presented to him as
exactly,
any man
but
would.
nobody else did it, so it's actually on him. It's his body. So anyway, and then the first one was the monkey. Like I can see it happening, but like, why would you sue them? Like,
Well, they want
why?
to copyright protect the monkey.
But like,
Animal
really,
rights.
who cares?
Animals have rights.
I don't know. And then
You should know that of all people.
And then the middle one was the athlete,
Mm.
which is like a realistic thing, but does that mean it's false? Like, are you like tricking me? As in the most realistic one is like the false
Mm.
one, because I can see that happening if fans like boo. But how do you sue everyone? Sue. Sorry.
I think that's what the crowd might have been cheering.
I'm gonna say like in my heart. No, in my head, I'm thinking maybe it's like the second one, but or actually I don't know which one is saying which, but either the first or the second. The last one has to be true. That has to be true. I'm gonna say the scales of life. This one was the first one, so the first one's false.
The first one's false. The monkey.
Yeah.
Wrong.
Sometimes the scales are like you have to calibrate them. You know what I mean? Like,
Well,
it
you
might not have been
calibrated
calibrated.
Incorrectly.
Damn it! So that one was real. So
Yes. Let me
sued.
read out the little
Okay.
synopsis of the. Okay. So, monkey vs photographer. Peter, an organisation well known for rational responses, take the biscuit with this lawsuit. They sued a photographer on behalf of a macaw monkey. I think that's macaque monkey. The monkey had taken a selfie using the photographer's camera, for which Peter believed it should enjoy copyright protection. Peter here being the preservation enterprise, totally
person.
animals, not
Yeah.
Peter Griffin or someone like that. Peter believed it should enjoy copyright protection. We're sure it would be intellectually fun to argue whether a monkey can possibly enjoy copyright protection. However, this internet is already full of selfies. Perhaps we shouldn't be encouraging the animal world to join in. From the website.
Did
Didn't
they get that? Do you know if they like won that case?
Doesn't say. I doubt it.
We should Google and find out.
So yeah, that was that one.
And then the middle one was false.
Yes.
Okay.
I'll read the last one and then I'll tell you the middle one.
Oh
The
yeah.
last one.
the
Dangerous
whiplash.
breasts. A man visits a nude bar. We're not sure how the joke normally goes, but in this instance, it ends up in court. In 1996, a man named Paul Shimkonis sued his local topless bar, claiming a dancer's breasts had given him whiplash.
Oh.
I think we need more rights, more justice for the men here. They really suffer at the hands of women, don't they? Shimkonis described the breasts as cement blocks, which had caused him physical and mental anguish. His request was $15,000 in damages
15.
and was denied by the judge.
Yeah, good.
We find ourselves wondering what sort of dance move can cause that level of momentum.
You know what's so funny? Like you can just like you can just sue people. Like you can just bring something up to court as dumb as that.
America's
like,
a wild place.
That's such a waste of the judge's time. Imagine going to work, right? And you're like, okay, like, you know, I trained so hard for this. You know, I went to law school. I did all this. And your case is some guy trying to plead for money because he got whiplash. Like, I guess sitting there and I'd be like,
funny.
why did I come here? Like, it's just at a point where it's like, this is actually ridiculous. Like, you know what I
agree.
mean? I
I
feel so
agree.
bad for the, like, judge.
I wonder, like, what he brought in terms of evidence for that case as well.
His medical, like...
But did he have to bring
Things.
pictures of the cement blocks?
I don't know.
Questionable.
Mm.
Anyways, and the last one, all the notes I have here is when the athlete sued them, the crowd was saying, "Sue." So, I don't know. Probably just listening to what they were telling him.
Wait, what?
The crowd were yelling, "Sue!"
Yeah.
And so that's why he sued them. He was listening to the crowd.
Oh. Wait, so he did sue them, but it wasn't because they... It's false. You just said that's false. Yeah.
That was my notes that I had. That was the reason I came up with it.
Oh.
It's because the crowd were going, sue.
Yeah.
And then he was
maybe.
like, okay.
But I can see that happening. Like someone but like suing a whole like stadium of audience is a little bit tricky. Finding out every single person that was there. But like I can see someone being mad about it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Interesting.
Yeah. So a little bit of fun
Wild things
in the
out
court
there.
today.
None of those I don't think. I feel like most of those are American. Like I don't think any of them would run here.
We'd avowed that court like prime LeBron James.
The fact that you have like no idea what that is tell me, when was LeBron James's prime?
Like every day since he was born.
That's actually a factual answer.
See? I know my stuff.
Kid from Akron.
And yeah, on that note, do you have any other comments, queries, questions,
Hmm.
lawsuits that you want to present to the
If
audience?
anyone watching is like a legal expert, hit me up. Not that I've done anything illegal, but just for the future in case.
The official pod lawyer.
Yeah.
Comment down below to become our official lawyer of the podcast.
Exactly. Help us get through
Exactly.
life.
Exactly.
In general.
And on that note, we'll see you next week for a really great episode about... You'll have to find out.
Something. Dun dun.
This is DJ Cumin and MC Key signing out. Good night.